Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Mark Webb with Ponderings from Palm Coast. Well, every day has been filled with news, activities, and other issues. And as typical on the first part of this podcast, I want to remind everyone to please like and subscribe this podcast. We need to know you're out there. We need to know that you're interested, that you're hearing. I'm getting some great comments. Keep those comments up. I'm trying to find people of interest, people that want to come and talk about things that interest you. We're not going anywhere. We're really excited to be bringing this to you so that I can hopefully fill that void of news here in Palm Coast. So with that, I want to remind everybody that this coming Tuesday, 9 a.m., City Council is having their morning meeting. Their agenda is on their website. But I would bet you that they're going to be talking about the YMCA. I think the Palm Harbor Golf Course is on there again. And I will applaud again Vicki Haley and others for demonstrating the value of you as a citizen of Palm Coast going to the meeting, speaking your mind, letting our representatives know that you have a concern. The great example is the fuel depot that is still a conversation, but no elected officials have made any decisions or made any votes on that. You do have power. You do have the ability to say what you like or what you don't like. So with that, I don't have a guest today because I wanted to share with you and participate in some concerns or maybe some things I've been pondering about. So last Saturday, I participated in a rally/protest. I was down at Old Kings by the ABC, and I stood in the grass with probably 100 other people, all having very different views and concerns about what's going on in our country. And I stood there, and the only thing I had was this hat because I am a retired, disabled Navy veteran and an American flag. I had no other political signs. I wasn't wearing anything. And yet, I got the middle finger, thumbs down, people yelling at me, people upset. And I really spent time wondering what is going on in our society, and I do mean locally here in Palm Coast, where another American, another human being would be angry to the point of speaking or yelling at someone they don't know. None of these people knew me. None of these people knew most of those people there. And yet the anger and bitterness and the confusion was astounding. And so I was pondering this as a very sad time in our culture. And the other thing that struck me very interesting, I don't know if you realize this, but Saturday was the 250th year of the celebration of Americans pushing back against the British. A dictator, a king, in Concord, Massachusetts. People died. Americans, it was the start of the American Revolution on Saturday. And here we were standing there being Americans. This is what Americans do. This is what makes us great. This is what gives us strength to look at our government or other governments and say, we don't like what you're doing. We don't like it. But we had other Americans mad at us, flipping us off, yelling at us. And I could not fathom or understand where this anger was coming from. So I researched it, read into it, tried to find some information, and I found, and this is for you to do the same, that when a gentleman who's clearly senior citizen, on Social Security, on Medicare, screaming, yelling at a lady that says, you need to worry about your Medicare and your Social Security, and calling her a liar, tells me he's getting information from somewhere. This is the dysfunction of our media right now. This is the fake news that's going on, and I saw examples of that on Saturday. And I see them when I talk to people that don't believe or fear or are concerned about things that are happening. And as you guys have heard me say multiple times, it's not till you get touched that you believe. We're being touched, people. We're being affected by the decisions that are being made today. And anger isn't the right reaction. Information, understanding, support of the right. And I don't mean the right or left, but of the truth, of the belief. I like to point out some exciting and great examples of that, of where we need to be. I just talked about the fuel tank farm issue. The people of the Palm Coast stepped up and informed our elected officials that it was a bad idea. And I applaud them for that. But you know what wasn't? It wasn't political. There was no right or wrong. There was no left or right. I talked to Vicki Haley, and she shared with me half the people she was involved with were right-leaning conservative Republicans. Building a fuel farm in a neighborhood is not a political thing. It's a right or wrong thing. And it shows me that we are Americans and that we can do the right thing and that we know what the right thing. An example, 9-0, our Supreme Court ruled that even undocumented immigrants deserve due process. You know why? Because you deserve due process. When you're given a ticket by the local police officer and you sign that ticket, right there it says you have the right to go to court and argue your case and to be proven, what did they say? Guilty because you're innocent until proven guilty. That's a right we all have. This has nothing to do with being political. This has everything to do with you as an American and the Constitution and the rights that 250 years ago, militiamen, Minutemen died in Concord, Massachusetts for your right to stand in that public circle and say what you want. To a gentleman that stopped to argue with me while I was standing there, and I looked at him and said, "You do realize that I'm standing here right now for you?" He paused. He thanked me for my service. He stopped talking. He rolled the window up. That's the takeaway that we as Americans need to understand and get together. As I've said over and over again, the United States of America is one big ship. If it sinks, we all sink. If it survives, we all survive. I don't want it to sink. I want you, as a conservative Republican, to feel comfortable and have the freedom to speak and say and vote as you want. I recently saw a gentleman at a Publix or a Walmart, and he was decked out in MAGA hat, and he had a MAGA shirt, and he was proudly walking around. And I paused, and my wife didn't have such a favorable perception, but I stopped her and I says, "That's a right I served and swore to the Constitution that every citizen would have that." Yet I know there are a lot of left-leaning liberals that are scared. They won't put a sticker on their car. Some won't put signs in their street or wear "I'm a proud Democrat" shirt as they walk around here in Palm Coast. That's not what we want. That's not how we want to be. We need to embrace the liberties of free speech and the abilities to speak and say what you want. Tuesday morning, you come to a city council meeting, you're given 3 minutes to step up there and say whatever you wish, however you wish it, within reason. Don't come armed or don't be rude, but you have that right. You have that freedom. No other country on this planet has the rights that we have, that people have fought and died for. So the next time you're driving around or you decide you want to go and do a rally or see a rally and they do something that you hate, they say something that you hate, take a chill, take a minute, take a breath and realize you have that same right. You have that same ability to say that. Those people that responded to me when I was standing there, I didn't get mad at them. I weren't upset with them. They were protecting the same right, projecting the same right that I was. It's hard. I'm hoping to do a podcast on free speech because it's become so muddy. It's become so confusing. But ultimately, free speech gives you the right to say something that you feel that others may not like. That's really what that's about. Of course, we know that that's something that is waning very hard in our present administration's views. The retaliation is the name of the word today. Understand it, see it, whether you're Harvard or you're anybody or your news media. If you say something or you do something and it's not liked, there's going to be a response. Kind of like the people driving by me today or on Saturday when we were out there practicing our free speech. So I want you to take this away. You are an American citizen. You are proud to be here. People have died and fought wars all over so that you have this right to speak and do. So please participate. Please show up to city council meetings. It's not political. It's an opportunity for you to talk and share and see. I also want to put a huge suggestion. I'm in the process of participating in Palm Coast Citizens Academy. With that, it's a 3-hour commitment once a week, and it has been amazing to show the behind the curtains view of what's happening in our city, because I am discovering that there are hundreds of staff employees that make our city run, make our water move, make our sewage move, and all of these things. And it has given me personally a much more broader, clearer picture on how this city operates. So with that, I hope you didn't mind my venting. It's been very frustrating, but I know that we'll get through this. And please remember, like and subscribe. Please leave comments. I'll try to answer every one of them. So with that, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.